You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law, voted best of Pahrump for 4 years. Give them a call, 775-727-9900. News 25 is also brought to you by Gunny's Air Conditioning and Heating. New, service, and repair. Call Gunny's, 775-727-6800.
Hello and welcome to this edition of News 25. I'm Unette Gentry. Thanks for joining us on 8th Country Radio, and we're also streaming at KPVM.TV. We're also on your Roku devices. It is Thursday, April 24th. In our top story, we have an exclusive interview only here on KPVM News 25 with Michelle Fiore. And that's coming up after we give you this information about former Las Vegas councilwoman and current Nye County Justice of the Peace, Fiore, who received a full unconditional pardon from President Trump just weeks ahead of her scheduled sentencing on federal wire fraud charges. In this an exclusive interview.
Former Las Vegas City Councilwoman and Nye County Justice of the Peace Michelle Fiore has received a full and unconditional pardon from President Donald Trump just weeks before her scheduled sentencing. In October 2024, a federal jury convicted Fiore on 1 count of conspiracy to commit wire fraud and 6 counts of wire fraud. She was suspended from her judicial position in July of 2024 and was set to be sentenced on May 14, 2025. In a statement issued following her pardon, Fiore proclaimed her innocence and expressed her gratitude to President Trump. She says, "Today I stand before you not just as a free woman, but as a vindicated soul. This act of mercy is not just a correction of a legal record, it is the restoration of a life, a reputation, and a mission long targeted for destruction." Fiore also declared her intention to resume her judicial position, stating, "On Monday I will walk back into my courtroom as the elected Justice of the Peace, not because man permitted it, but because God ordained it." The White House has not issued an official statement regarding the pardon, and a spokesperson for the U.S. District Court for the District of Nevada has referred all questions to Washington, D.C. News 25 spoke on the phone with Fiore, and she stated, "And so I went through this process, and I went through it for 9 months. 9 months of being suspended and 7 months of being suspended without a paycheck as a single woman with only one income. It was devastating, and it has really taught me that my grit and my soul is stronger than the fabricated stories and bad DOJ individuals, and it has all come down to fruition for me when President Donald J. Trump gave me back my life. And I have to also tell you and be crystal clear that I thank God, and I thank God first." This is a developing story, and News 25 will have an interview with the Justice of the Peace, Michelle Fiore, at a later date.
And thanks again to Fiore for speaking exclusively with News 25. And you can hear from her herself in another exclusive interview we will have on successive newscasts. Be sure to tune in tomorrow to hear more from Michelle Fiore speaking to News 25 only. And News 25 has received several updates regarding the accident involving the wild Mustang that unfortunately occurred on Tuesday, including an update from Southwestern Wilds stating that the horse was unfortunately euthanized.
New information is coming out about the incident involving a wild Mustang being struck by a vehicle Tuesday night. According to the report, the driver was traveling at speeds between 40 to 45 miles per hour on Highway 160 when the Mustang was struck in the roadway. The driver then pulled into the Denny's parking lot to inspect their vehicle. Unfortunately, the driver failed to report the accident to authorities and left the scene. The following day, the horse was corralled into a trailer and taken to Las Vegas for examination. Veterinarians were able to take x-rays of the horse, where they discovered that the horse had suffered a shattered hip socket and fragmented pelvis, along with multiple lacerations. According to the report, the horse's femur was jolted into the horse's hip socket, which applied enough pressure to the pelvis to cause it to fragment, as well as shatter parts of the pelvis and hip socket. Unfortunately, due to these injuries, the horse has been euthanized. It's important to always report an accident to authorities. Leaving the scene of an accident can result in criminal charges such as hit and run. According to Nevada law, a hit and run resulting in injury to a horse is considered a felony. If convicted, the driver could face up to 20 years in prison, fines up to $5,000, and potential license revocation. A simple phone call could prevent an accident from turning into a criminal charge.
And according to the driver of the vehicle, she attempted to call the non-emergency number after the accident, but says she got disconnected. And turning now to lighter news, get ready sports fans, because here's Mikey Ruhan with all of the sports news you can use in today's Sports Report.
Time now for your News 25 look at sports and streaming at KPVM.TV and now on Roku devices. Vegas Golden Knights, Minnesota Wild, Game 3. The series is tied at 1. Puck drop, 6 p.m. The Las Vegas Aviators lost both games of a doubleheader on Wednesday, 2-1 in both games to the Round Rock Express. Rematch in progress. The 2025 NFL Draft kicked off about a half hour ago in Green Bay, Wisconsin. It wraps up Saturday, April 26th. Round 1 is going on now. Rounds 2 and 3 kick off Friday at 4 p.m. Rounds 4 through 7, 9 a.m. on Saturday, April 26th. And Pahrump Valley Trojan softball welcome Valley High School on Friday. Varsity starts at 3:30 p.m. as part of senior night. And that's your look at sports on News 25.
All right, watch out there, Mikey. And with just 18 and a half days left of school, the class of 2025 is gearing up for graduation. And this year, there are quite a few things for students, families, and attendees to know before attending graduation. News 25 reporter Rory Rosell, who is also a senior this year at Pahrump Valley High School, has all the dates, times, and policies that you need to know.
Pahrump Valley High School is now finalizing its preparations for the class of 2025's graduation ceremony, and there is a lot to cover. Senior week begins with Senior Awards Night on Wednesday, May 28th at 6 p.m. in the school gym. Graduation rehearsals will follow starting Thursday, May 29th at 7:30 a.m. on the football field and again on Friday in the cafeteria. Attendance to both rehearsals is mandatory for all graduating seniors. Graduation will take place on Friday, May 30th at 8 p.m. on the PVHS football field. Graduates must check in at 6:30 and have a completed checkout form to participate and receive their tickets. There is also a senior brunch planned on Thursday's rehearsal. Entry to the graduation is limited to ticketed guests only. There will be no general admission in the bleachers this year. Gates will open at 6 p.m. and all guests are required to be seated by 7:45 p.m. The field gates will close at that time and remain closed until the end of the ceremony. To enhance safety and speed up entry, the school has enforced a strict clear bag policy. All bags will be screened. Overflow parking will be available at J.G. Johnson Elementary School, and shuttle services to the high school will operate every 15 minutes starting at 6 p.m. Now on to graduates. Graduates are required to wear approved cap and gowns through the school. Regalia such as cords, medals, and honor stoles must be approved and earned by PVHS or official school organizations. Unauthorized items may not be worn, although religious and cultural stoles may be approved with a prior written submission. Diplomas will not be distributed at the ceremony. Graduates may return to the school starting Friday, June 6th through June 13th from 8 to 2 p.m. daily to pick up their diplomas. KPVM TV will be at the graduation recording the entirety as well as selling DVDs or email copies of the video. As the class of 2025 prepares for graduation, Pahrump Valley High School officials are encouraging families and students to follow all of these guidelines and arrive early to ensure a smooth and memorable celebration.
And congratulations again to Rory on graduation, and we know great things are to come. Speaking of more great things from News 25 after this break.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
Welcome back to News 25. Well, in today's entertainment news, a husband and wife duo who often headline Fremont Street in downtown Las Vegas now have their own residency in the heart of it all. So our News 25 Las Vegas correspondent Maria Centers joins us now from the city with this one-of-a-kind tale.
The city of Las Vegas has something for everyone in terms of culture and humanities, and is home to an array of top talent spanning from the streets to the skies. KPVM Television had the opportunity to interview Fremont Street stars Angel Lyric, who coins herself as queen of cover music, and her equally talented husband, Squeak a Leak.
Oh yeah, that's Angel Lyric, y'all. We're the cover music old school. I've seen a lot of places in Memphis, and I've talked a lot of Kane down in New Orleans, but I never saw the good side of the city till I hit the ride on the river.
So you were performing outside on Fremont Street, and now tonight you debuted at Mickey Finn's right behind us. Tell us about your first performance.
Oh man, this was exciting. This was everything I've been working hard for. I used to wonder one day, when are we gonna be able to get in there? But I learned with hard work and consistency and having a passion to do what you like to do, you love to do, will get you in the door.
And above anything, above all of that, yes, we had to put the work in. Yes, it was dedication. We thank Mickey Finn's for the opportunity, but most of all, we thank God. The manager himself even said this is the first time in 10 years since he's been a manager at Mickey Finn's that they ever brought a street performer in. So I thank God for that.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Your voice permeates all through downtown if one's lucky enough to walk by.
Yes.
Thank you, thank you.
It does.
I know it's a gift from God, so I try and share it with the world, because I feel that once you know your passion, you know what God has given you, you have to share it. That's why you have it. So you have to share your passion with the world. And I love to make people happy. I like making people feel good. And through music is the whole of everything.
That's right.
So once you play it, it just takes people to a different mindset and everything.
How did you find each other and collaborate?
Funny story.
Always is.
We've been together for 27 years, married 26 years this September. 28 years we've been together. We met each other on a Greyhound bus.
What attracted you to downtown Las Vegas?
I think what attracted me to downtown Las Vegas was when I seen all the performers in the circles. I just knew, I was like, I gotta be in one of those circles.
We've embedded ourselves and immersed ourselves a part of this community. People not only know us as the DJ and the singer, they know us as the people that come down. We'll give you the shirt off our back. We feed people. We've housed people. We've clothed people. So we're more than just street performers. We really have become a part of the community. And I've always been told, if you want to know the heart of a city, you make sure that you know your ins and outs of a downtown. And it's going to tell you the in and out of a city.
Why should everyone, tourists and locals alike, come down to Fremont Street and hear your vocals and your tunes?
I feel that if you live out here and you're local, there's nothing like us on Fremont.
No.
I mean, you may get a lot of copycats, you maybe get people that try to do the same thing, but it's all about the vibe and the energy with the people.
Well, she's being humble. The reason why you should come down if you're a tourist or a local and hear Angel Lyric sing is because that girl can sing. You hear me?
Forever Fremont Street. Reporting from Las Vegas, I'm Maria Centers for News 25.
Looks like some awesome entertainment there. And speaking of more entertainment, we often hear about limiting screen time for kids, but those rules can be hard to follow when parents are not doing the same themselves. That's why it's important to model good behavior. Take a look.
Today's health report is brought to you by Desert View Hospital. When you or a loved one needs medical attention, Desert View Hospital is ready to help. We've been providing friendly and compassionate care to our neighbors since 2006, including emergency services available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Visit desertviewhospital.com to learn more. With limited exceptions, physicians are not employees or agents of this hospital.
Well, I think we can all identify with the old saying, do as I say and not as I do, right? But we know that our kids are watching what we do. And so if they see us on our screens all the time, then we teach them and we show them that this is kind of an appropriate and an acceptable way to spend our time.
Dr. Eshelman is a pediatric psychologist. She says it can also cause confusion for the child. They may not understand why mom and dad can be on their phones, but they are not allowed to play on their tablet. So to help avoid these kinds of issues, Dr. Eshelman suggests setting screen time limits for the entire family. That way it is fair for everyone. Another option is to find a different activity for everyone to enjoy together, like going on a walk, playing a game, or doing arts and crafts. What matters most is spending quality time together as a family.
The time spent together as a family is an opportunity for parents to kind of learn what's going on in the child's life, asking about their day, asking about their friends, their schoolwork. So just having those opportunities to talk, and for kids to ask parents questions as well. Having this time together also allows parents to kind of notice changes, if the child seems more quiet than usual or seems upset.
More news you can use, including how you can stay connected even during an electrical outage from VEA. All that and more when News 25 returns.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500.
Welcome back. Well, Valley Electric's outage texting system can help you keep up to date in the event of an electrical outage. Here's VEA with more.
This segment of News 25 is brought to you by Valley Electric and its family of companies focused on serving our members. We're better together.
Valley Electric offers outage text notifications so you don't have to be left in the dark. Valley Electric is using text notifications to keep you informed of power outages. We'll send updates when there's an outage in your area, when crews have been dispatched, and when your power is restored. Our top priority is to keep you connected. If your power hasn't been restored after the outage, please check your main breaker and reply so we know that your location still requires attention. Getting these updates has never been easier. To ensure that you receive these important notifications, please verify that the primary phone number associated with your ELEC account is a cell phone number. Additionally, outage notifications may take up to half an hour to be sent after the outage begins. During this time, please continue to report outages as it can help find the cause and the location of the issue. Please be aware that Valley Electric will never use the outage phone number for marketing purposes or payment requests. With Valley Electric's outage text notifications, you'll always be just a message away from the latest updates, keeping you informed every step of the way.
News 25 Weather Cam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
And let's take a look outside through our Lerner and Rowe cam at the view from Pahrump to Mount Charleston. And we have lots of scattered clouds in the area, and it is a bit windy out there, but temperatures are mild. We'll take a closer look at our forecast after this break.
Good evening, Nevada. My name is Rory Rossell, coming to you from the Channel 25 Weather Studios. And we're taking a look at Nevada right up in northern Nevada. Fernley is seeing 72 degrees. Fallon is seeing 73. Carson City and Tonopah are both sitting at 69 degrees. Goldfield's also at 71. Beatty is at 79 degrees. Amargosa and Las Vegas are both sitting at 84. And Death Valley is at 95 degrees. But here in the beautiful Paradise of Pahrump, we're currently seeing 80-degree weather with partly cloudy skies. The high today was 82. Wind blowing south at 11 miles per hour. Humidity 11%, and the sun rose this morning at 5:58 and is setting tonight at 7:25 p.m. The humidity rises up to 19% and the wind continues to blow southeast at 11 miles per hour. The low tonight's going to be 57 degrees. Let's take a look at that 7-day forecast. It looks like tomorrow and Saturday is going to be pretty windy, but tomorrow it's going to be pretty nice at 78 degrees, and then we drop down to 67 on Saturday and Sunday, up 10 degrees on Monday to 77 degrees, and then in the 80s on Tuesday throughout the rest of the week, 84 on Tuesday, 86 on Wednesday, and 88 on Thursday. So it looks like we're going to be wearing a jacket and shorts in the same week. Back to the desk, here's Unette.
Thanks so much, Rory. And that's going to do it for this edition of News 25. I'm Unette Gentry, and from all of us here at KPVM and A's Country Radio, thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll see you on the air next newscast. Good night.